Hey there, it's Caitlin here coming back to you with another Fragrance University soap course video. Soap making is a fun and creative process, but before we go any further, we have to go over some safety information. As with any fragrance product, safety comes first. This is especially true for soap. As we've mentioned the use of lye many times in our previous video, let's take a moment to talk about it and what sodium hydroxide really is and why it's so dangerous. As you now know, soap is formed when an alkaline substance reacts with and neutralizes fatty acids. Alkaline or basic substances are those with a pH higher than 7 on a pH scale. When exposed to the acids within oils and butters used to make soap, they cancel each other out, creating soap and glycerin byproducts. Basic substances are the opposite of acids, but that doesn't mean they're any less dangerous. While many different bases have been used to make soap throughout history, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are now the primary alkaline ingredient in solid and liquid soap respectively. Sodium hydroxide, otherwise known as lye, is a white crystalline substance at room temperature and a caustic chemical. This means it's capable of burning and corroding organic materials, including your skin. But why is such a dangerous ingredient in something we use daily? Not to mention, many soaps are made to be nourishing for our skin. Just as we mentioned before, when aqueous lye, or lye that has been combined with a liquid, reacts with the acid chains in fats and butters, the two cancel each other out. This is why it's so important to use accurate measurements in your soap batches, and why you should know the SAP values of your oils. Recall that each oil must be used at specific amounts per gram of lye. Doing so ensures that all the lye has reacted and will not be present in your final soap. While you can superfat your soaps and use more oils or butters than necessary, you cannot use more lye than what is required. Until the reaction recurs, there are many safety precautions that you should take while working with lye. Doing so will make soap making a fun and safe process. Let's take a look at what you need to know about working with lye. Start by ensuring that you're wearing the proper clothing. This includes a long sleeve shirt, long pants, and closed-toe shoes. Avoid loose or flowy clothes. Follow this up with gloves and goggles, and make sure that no lye can make it onto your skin. Finally, only work with lye in a well-ventilated area. If you're working in a small room, consider opening a window, turning on fans, and leaving doors open to allow the air to circulate. When making cold processed soap, lye is dissolved into a liquid before it's mixed with the oils and butters used. When you mix the two, always pour the lye into the oil mixture, never the other way around. This will prevent lye from spilling or splashing onto you or your work surfaces. Make sure to pour slowly and carefully. If lye does happen to get on your clothes or work surface, clean it off immediately by removing your clothes and wiping down your surface. If it comes in contact with your eyes, flush them with lukewarm water as soon as possible while keeping them open. Call an ambulance or have someone take you to the hospital. If your skin is exposed to lye, rinse it off with lukewarm water and go to the hospital. Keep lye away from children and pets who could ingest it. If lye is ingested, drink plenty of water followed by milk before bringing them to the hospital. Milk is slightly acidic and will help neutralize the alkalinity of the lye. If you or someone inhales large quantities of lye, go to a ventilated area or fresh area away from the lye before going to the hospital. Naturally, any minor working with lye should be supervised by an adult at all times. If for any reason you forget how to treat exposure to lye, immediately call 911 or a poison control center for first aid help at 800-222-1222. All that being said, lye is perfectly safe if handled properly. You probably use sodium hydroxide in many of your household products, like drain or toilet cleaner. Do not let all the scary warnings and stories you hear deter you from making your own cold processed soap. It's a process that has been perfected over hundreds of years and will not cause immediate harm to you or anyone who uses your soap. Just remember how important your measurements need to be. Too much lye and you'll end up with lye-heavy soap. This shows up as dry, brittle bars and/or white pockets in your soap. If you're unsure whether your soap is lye-heavy or not, use the method of pH indication to find out where on the scale it lies. pH strips can be placed on the soap after it's been lathered somewhat to determine whether it's lye-heavy. Perform this test by allowing your soap to cure for a few days, rubbing some water on it to create a lather, and insert the pH strip into the lather. Properly made soap is naturally somewhat alkaline, meaning it should show up to around 9 to 10 or a tealish green or blue color on a pH strip. Any more than this and your soap is lye-heavy. If you do make a lye-heavy batch and it falls somewhere in the 11 to 12 range, it can be rebatched or made into laundry soap. Any pH higher than this and your soap is too dangerous to be reused. Contact your local hazardous waste collection department to collect the soap for you. Double bag it using gloves and store it somewhere safe. With all of that out of the way, we can finally take a look at the fragrance use soap usage calculator. All the information you've learned up to this point may seem like a lot to take in, but our calculator has your back. I'm Caitlin, and we hope to see you in our next course video. Thanks for watching. Bye.